Dangerous Nerds.
Hey guys, Gerry here, and just want to let you know, yeah, I watch Cloverfield Paradox. Now, this is my non-spoiler review. Science is important to geeks and nerds. There are millions of us. And it's important when we watch sci-fi movies, shows, we play games, or read books or comics. Now, one of the problems in the film was its science. At least the way they depicted it. Here's science fiction faux pas number one. Now, I'm not going to tell you what happens. I'm just going to explain. There is a galactic north and south out in space. There's also a longitude. It's called the galactic plane. And all astronauts know this. This is where they really had the weakest point within the film. If an astronaut becomes disoriented in space, which it's easy to do out there, they can simply reorient themselves by doing what sailors have done throughout history, use the stars. So no matter what position an astronaut is in out in space, they know how to right themselves to the galactic north by using the stars. This is not a super hard fact to know. It's something that's taught in high school. So that's faux pas number one. Number two, breathing in space. Now, when you hear in a film or a sci-fi hit series like Doctor Who, because they did it on that too, they have an episode where they're dealing with space travel and there's this satellite and somehow one of the characters asks, how much air do we have left? Well, I got to tell you, when somebody asks that question in a good sci-fi film, they better not answer with anything that involves time, unless it has been established somewhere within the story that the inter-vessel oxygen generation system has been disabled or destroyed. Look, this is a fact. Once again, this is stuff that everybody should really know something about. There are oxygen units on board the station, but it is only used as backup. These units they're like tanks. And the crews, like on the ISS, they rely primarily on the oxygen generation system within the vessel. And look, it's not the 1950s anymore. We've been using oxygen scrubbers since the Apollo missions. I mean, how many of you didn't see Apollo 13? You really kind of got to go out of your way to have not seen that Oscar-winning film. So, if you are writing science fiction and you don't know this, either you put your keyboard down and go do a puzzle, or you find something else to write about. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to learn the basic stuff about rocket science. This, of course, occurs within Cloverfield. It's a problem. It's almost like the writers lived on some kind of disconnected void of their own, unable to Google this stuff. So, sure, I know there are those casual lovers of sci-fi who say, oh, Gerry, no one cares about that stuff. To them I say, au contraire, mon frère. Millions of sci-fi nerds, and I once again emphasize millions, really care about that. Why? Well, it's because when we see sci-fi slapped in the film description, we expect a certain amount of suspension of disbelief, and not just for the unlearned and the people who don't care, the casual viewer. We expect there to be a basic amount of science in the film. So despite the bad science in this movie, Cloverfield Paradox, it's actually a good film. I mean, I like the story. I like the characters. There was a lot of suspense, and the acting was just beyond solid. These were really good actors. I just take issue with the science. In the end, I give the film 4 out of 5 stars. Basically, that's an A-. If they'd not had the bad science in it, I would have given it a 5. Because, once again, bad science really does equal bad science fiction. This is Gerry, signing off. Good night.
As always, thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe and tune in every Friday for a new show starting in March.